Hey, it's Carl and welcome back to Outpost Discovery. We're going to look at a little bit of gear. There's gear out there that's expensive, there's gear out there that's cheap. And if you want something that's kind of light to carry with you, you don't have to spend a lot of money. There are some things that are better than others that's worth spending a little extra money for. So we'll look at that real quick. Now, something I need to remind you all about is be aware of poison ivy. I have picked a beautiful place, but it has some poison ivy in it, so we want to be careful about that. I'm not sorry about that, ant. I'm not really allergic to poison ivy, but I can still get some of it. So, we're going to have to be careful of the poison ivy and wash my clothes when I'm done. But it's a pretty spot, so I'm going to take a chance. Okay, so I have some gear here. A well-known survivalist has shown a piece of gear that I think is an excellent piece of gear. It's the Helicon E&E bag, and it's great for whatever gear you want to put in it. I think it's a terrific bag, but there are other options, and especially if you're on a budget and you need to try to do this cheaply, then I would suggest here's another option for you. One thing I do suggest, though, to spend a little extra money on, if you're going to buy a military style canteen, this canteen is an excellent canteen. Okay, it's dishwasher safe, and you can see where your level is in the water on it. You can also get it in other colors, pretty colors. No, not pretty colors. I think they have it in like a clear blue and this OD style, but you can still see it. Okay. And now, of course, we have, this is the military style canteen case, belt clip, okay? We will discuss that in another video. But the other thing he discussed was a mess kit. And the mess kit that he showed was a French Army mess kit. Now, they're a little pricey, but they're very heavily made. And it's a nice kit. It depending on where you go. And I went online to Coleman's Supply. It's not Coleman as in Coleman camping gear. It's Coleman military surplus, and they have two for 20 bucks, and then plus shipping. So count that in too. But if you know, two you want to get together and throw your money together, you can probably have a pretty good outfit for probably about 15 bucks. The advantages he showed was using that mess kit to boil water, and he also had it set up with a fire kit inside, which is a good suggestion. Okay, so let's set this aside for the moment, away from the poison ivy. If you can see it in the background, then you realize that I'm not in the best position here, but bear with me. Okay, this is a U.S. Army belt pack. It would go on the web gear. I'll talk about that in the next video as well. Okay, it has clips on the back so that it can clip to the web belt. Advantage of this is, well, number one, you don't have to have a separate bag. You can actually put your canteen in here if you wanted to use it for a canteen and some other gear. Canteen, canteen cup, canteen stove, and a saw, an additional knife. Remember, two is one is none. So this is a good multi-use bag, about 10 bucks at an Army surplus. No, I'm sorry, correction. It might be less at an Army surplus. I bought it on eBay for 7 bucks. Correction. Next, this case will also hold a canteen, standard size military style canteen, okay, plus some other gear. It won't hold as much as the other one, but it's a little easier, and you see that the mollies on the back are the modern style. Okay, this is the marine bag. Okay, this is for ammunition or whatever else. Could be used for first aid. What's it say? It says pouch first aid kit, USMC. Okay. Okay. Nice bit of kit. So that's something else for you to consider. Now let's open this up. And there's one more bit of kit. And if you just want a piece of kit for your mess kit, okay, this is it. I got this also at a military surplus. This is also former military grade gear. And I think you would like it. The mess kit fits specifically in it. You are not going to get a canteen inside this thing, okay? But it fits this French Army mess kit perfectly. And again, the value of a French Army mess kit is that the French Army mess kit is shallow, it's rectangular, so you don't have any wasted space. It fits, like I showed you, it fits perfectly in this. Now this is an ammo pouch. This is for magazines. So this magazine pouch works perfectly for this mess kit, as you can see. Now again, the mess kit, French Army, is a very well made, very heavily made. Yes, it's a little weird because it's all rectangular. And if you can get past that, you don't have wasted space. You can also put a fire kit inside here, or other things. Spices, basic fire kit, just 2 or 3 items to build a fire, and maybe some spices or some salt, or first aid kit, or a shemagh. Pack this thing full. That way you're not having other bags on your belt if you're going to do this. But as you saw, slips in there beautifully. Now if you want to use this, plus, let's set this over here to the side, plus this, you could stick this in with a canteen cup, a saw, additional knife, a few other things that you might need for an emergency kit. This would work very well. The other thing about this one is that this bag, whoops, don't want to lose that down the poison ivy. That'd be nasty. Let me move that where it's not going to slip into the poison ivy. I don't really feel like it getting covered with that. The other advantage to this bag is it has an additional flap inside. So you can separate a few things if you want to stick something up front. Okay? So that helps. But as you can see, you have loads of room for canteen, canteen cup, canteen stove. You could probably even put a Tregia stove in here, and maybe a little extra fuel, but I wouldn't recommend that. I would just consider maybe some heat tabs. But it's a nice kit, nice bit of kit. As I showed earlier, this is the military style. It is a military canteen carrier. Okay, it's slightly insulated. The advantage of that is if you wet this thing, it will help cool your water some. Okay, it's something people don't think about, don't talk about. That's why it's got that stuff inside. At least that's what I was taught when I was in the military. You wet it, you can help cool your water some. It's a very inexpensive bit of kit, and you could use it if you wanted to until you can afford to get a better one. Now there are other styles out there. I don't really particularly care for them. I bought a couple of them, and after using them, they don't close. They don't close over the Canteen very well. This simple old style Canteen case works. Does the job, and this is old. It's probably as old as I am anyway. I'm not going to tell you how old that is. But it does fit tighter in there right now where there's a Canteen without a cup or the Canteen stove. And you also have a little thing here, okay, this little pouch. Little pouch is so you can put water purification tabs in it. Can't always build a fire. Water purification tabs can save you from having a bad case of the Hershey squirts. That's all. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for coming and watching. Thank you for watching Outpost Discovery.